Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praise unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And shalom to you brothers that's listening and learning, supporting the ministry, to the sisters as well. And I got a brother Rakar Napash here in the background. Just wanted to go through Isaiah 41. I think it's a good chapter. I touched in on it a little bit. I want to go through a few precepts in this scripture, man, and it's all good towards the glorification of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because when all said and done, all the glory has to go to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Has to go to the Father first, man, and then the Son. Alright? So this is Isaiah 41:1. It says, "Keep silence before me, O islands, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near, then let them speak. Let us come near together to judgment. Who raised up the righteous man from the east, called him to his foot, gave the nations before him, and made him rule over kings. He gave them as the dust to his sword, and as driven stubble to his bow. He pursued them and passed safely, even by the way that he had not gone with his feet. Who hath wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning? I, the Lord, the first, and with the last, I am he." So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is a great king over the earth, man. Alright, the Lord doeth all these things. Alright, you go into the book of Job, he tells you that he causeth princes to be carried away in chains, to be brought low. He raises up. The scripture tells you what? The promotion belongeth to the Lord, man. He putteth up one and then setteth down another, man. Alright? And that's still in effect to this very day. That's why real soon the so-called white man is going to be put down through the spirit, not through guns, not through, ultimately through the spirit and the power and the will and the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And Israel, Jacob, is going to be brought up through the spirit and power and the will and the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's why the word is our power. The word is with us, man. And nothing else can be against us, man. It says, the isles saw it and feared. The ends of the earth were afraid, drew near and came. Yeah? They helped everyone his neighbor, and everyone said to his brother, "Be of good courage." So the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, and he that smootheth with the hammer, him that smote the anvil, saying, "It is ready for the soldering," and he fastened it with nails that it should not be moved. Right? And that's these other nations. Their hope is in what? Idols. Their hope is in idols, man. Their hope isn't in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and this word, because this word is not with them. This word proclaims blessings upon Jacob. It proclaims the kingdom of heaven for Jacob, the rulership for Jacob. It doesn't proclaim rulership for these other nations. And as pertaining to the Edomites, it actually proclaims extermination unto them. Okay, so the word ain't with them. That's why they seek unto idols. "But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham my friend." Because the chosen seed lineage, the promise, the covenants went from Abraham to Isaac unto Jacob. Okay, not unto Ishmael, not unto the 6 sons by Keturah, right? Not unto Esau, but unto Jacob and the 12 tribes. In fact, that's actually in the book of Sirach, I believe around the 40-something, 44th chapter. See if I can get that real quick. Here we go. Sirach 44:19. "Abraham was a great father of many people. In glory was there none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh." That was when the Lord gave unto him the law of circumcision. and was in covenant with him, he established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Alright, because, hey, without faith, it's impossible to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, that's a key ingredient. Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars. That seed that he was going to exalt as the stars is Israel, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from river unto the utmost part of the land. And that was at the time the land of Canaan. So this pertains to what? Israel, as it's going to state. With Isaac did he establish likewise. So that same covenant was established with who? Isaac, not Ishmael, not the 6 sons by Keturah, the Midianites, but Isaac. Right? The blessing of all men, and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him an heritage, and divided his portions among the 12 tribes did he part them. What does that mean? That the blessing of Jacob, what's the blessing of Jacob, man? The blessing of Jacob is rulership. It don't matter which way you want to slice it, man. Alright, you could take the cake, slice it in 4, slice it in 6, cut cubes, circles. It don't matter what you want to do. You ain't going to get nothing else out of it, man, but the cake. Alright? You can't slice up a cake and change the flavor, man. It's going to be what it's going to be, man. Let's get the blessing of Jacob real quick. Genesis 27 chapter. And this blessing was divided among the 12 tribes, man. This was the blessing. Genesis 27 and 28. Therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. So we will be blessed with what? Abundance. With the goodly things of paradise. Because contrary to I don't know if he was there, contrary to Islamic belief, yeah, the earth is Eden, okay? The earth is paradise, man. Contrary to Islamic belief, man. You Muslims are crazy, man. You're out of your damn mind. Alright? Let people serve thee. What people? The other people. You always got you heathens come up. Well, why did the Most High create to serve? Okay? You other nations are created to serve Israel. Alright? It's no big deal. It is what it is, man. Everybody got to serve somebody. Unless you're the Most High. Okay, that's just the order of things. The order of the planet. There's order on the planet, man. You got lions, you got gazelles, you know? You know, there's order. Well, there's order among men. Alright? And Yahweh Shai is going to establish that order, man. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. So you other nations are going to bow down. That's the blessing of Jacob. That blessing has not been given unto you other nations, man. That blessing went upon Jacob and was divided among the 12 tribes. So that's why all the 12 tribes are royal, man. And in authority over you other nations, man. Alright, that's why the scriptures turn around and say that Israel is going to be a kingdom of priests. The Lord hath made us kings, rulers. Right? Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Right? Esau. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. Yeah, if you serve us correct, you get dealt with correct. If you disrespect us and violate, you get dealt with in accordance, man. We come out there on the streets and you act like we're saying so-called white man's gonna get a foot stuck squarely up his ass for no reason. Just because we feel like it. You know? Look, man, it's judgment, it's proper balance, it's righteousness, man. It's a recompense. If you didn't do wrong, there wouldn't be an issue, would there? You trying to act like we're making something up, like we're just making up some shit. Like you didn't do no wrong. Like we don't have a right to say, well, because you did this is what's going to happen to you. It's absolute madness, man. Alright? You cursed us. Now that curse is going to fall back on your own head. You didn't bless Israel. You Edomites, beginning with you Edomites, you didn't bless Israel. I don't want to hear about no welfare. You didn't bless Israel, man. Israel ain't blessed under your rulership. And you ain't going to be blessed under our rulership. For that, I promise you. I guarantee. Gonna unify. Alright. That was that point on that. Let me jump back over here. Yeah, man. So Israel art the servant, and Jacob whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. So Israel is still the chosen people of the Most High. Chosen for what? Chosen to be a special people unto him, to be near unto him, to be his ambassadors, to be his representation in this physical realm, to be the bearers of his name and his banner, which is his word. Okay, that's his banner, man. His word on the earth, man. That's why the law is going to come forth out of where? The word of the Lord and the law is going to come forth, according to Isaiah the 2nd chapter, from where? Out of Israel. Who's Zion? Zion means monument. Who's a monument unto the Most High? Israel. Okay? Not these other nations, alright? Fear thou not, I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Because we hurt. We according to the flesh, we through, man. We ain't on no level right now. But the Lord is going to intervene through divine intervention, man. And the Lord always sets up situations where, for lack of a better terminology, you're fucked. You fucked. You try to find a way out. You can't find a way out. Right now, Israel is in a jail cell if I say Alcatraz, they're gonna motherfucker escape. You in a concrete slab, no windows, trying to figure out how you gonna get out. There is no way out. The scriptures say that bruise is incurable, man. There ain't no way out from underneath this man unless there's divine intervention, man. There ain't no way. There ain't no way around this hell, man. The Lord is going to have to open up a way miraculously. It has to be a miraculous thing. Where you can't say, oh, it was me. We did it. We overcome the enemy. No, we gonna know, raw. The Lord had to be with us, man. Hey, case in point, we gonna get beamed up into chariots, man. You ain't gonna beam yourself up. You ain't gonna do some calculations on a whiteboard somewhere. Okay, yeah. 1 plus minus to the square root of 3. Invent some device when the chariots come, you know, and then just beam yourself up into hell. No, the Lord is, so it's all in the Lord, man. It's all in the Lord, and the Lord's setting up that situation beautifully, where brothers are just hurt physically. A lot of brothers are just couldn't run for man. I couldn't run for like 10 minutes, man. A real run. I mean, if maybe some adrenaline might put me through. After that, I ain't probably gonna be able to walk for a good 2-3 days.
Powering off.
You know what I'm saying? We're in a bad situation right now, man. It's a fact. So the Lord is going to help us. The Lord is going to strengthen us. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They're going to be guilty. These other nations, they're going to be guilty, man. Not only are they going to be guilty, alright, they're going to be ashamed, man. They're going to be like a criminal that gets caught guilty, red-handed. They're going to be confounded because they never sought to that judgment, man. They never thought that judgment was going to come. Hey, case in point, let's bring it back to America and the so-called white man in America, man. At no point in history did any of these so-called white people, these good, Christian, wholesome, philanthropic, like charitable, peaceful, do-gooder ass devils, yeah. At no point did they sit down. Imagine all that time, Jake is getting raped, beat down, dealt with unjustly, not dealt with fairly, discriminated against, prejudice, for years. This didn't happen for like a month, like 2 crackers did it. No, this is a thing that was wide across the whole nation for hundreds of years. Jacob just in a living hell, can't even look a cracker in the eye without risk of when you read the stories about a lot of them lynchings, man, and the word got out that something was done by a so-called black man, every so-called black man in the 3-state radius was shook, because they knew at any moment in time an Edomite can just go, oh yeah, it was him. That was it. There weren't no begging for mercy. There weren't no pleas. There weren't no trial. It was, yep, arrest him. And then a mob would come outside. Look, man, we got to deal with this nigga today. Now, send out the telegram. Guys are getting trains in. This is recorded in the history. Guys are getting trains. The train masters fucking got the train looking like India and shit. Because everyone's that want to pile onto the train. We're going to lynch ourselves a Negro today. Everyone's paying paying out the money. Guys are quickly women and making up sandwiches so that they could go down and sell sandwiches. The thing was like a fucking football game, man. And meanwhile, your ass get caught out on that train. Yeah, it was him. Oh shit. That's it. You there getting your fingers chopped off for souvenirs, your penis chopped off, your lips, getting stabbed up, begging for mercy. You ain't getting no mercy, man. And these were all good, kind-hearted, peaceful, powder puff, so-called white people, man. Christians, man. And at no point when they were doing all this wickedness, man, you should already know. I shouldn't have to detail the history of the so-called Negro in America to this date. You should already know hundreds of years of just hell. And at no point did they turn around and say, you know what, man? We're doing all this fuckery to these people. Maybe one day we're going to have to pay for this. Nah, they're just niggas. They're just animals. We have a right to do this to them. It's right. They justified it, man. You Edomites justified it, and you still justify it, man. Because when we say you got to pay, you don't want to hear that, man. Pay? Who's going to make me pay? That's your attitude. What you going to do, nigga? You got an army? You and what army? You don't consider that a divine power would even care about the so-called Negro enough to do such a thing. But you going to find out, man. Yeah, go on. You get your precept, right?
Zechariah chapter 11 verse 5 says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And that's what you cared about at the end of the day, your bottom dollars, man. What money you can make out of the so-called Negroes by putting them to slavery, what that cheap labor you got. You didn't care about nothing else, man. You don't care about our humanity or nothing like that. It says, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Because there was no one there to help us, man.
Mm-hmm.
You took advantage of our situation.
Yeah, and he tells you that in Obadiah. Because he said, thou shouldest not have looked upon my people in the day that they became a stranger.
That's right.
Meaning the Lord took the hedge. The Lord, because the Lord didn't send down 12,000 legions of angels to defend us. You thought, yeah, it's open season. Mm-hmm. It's open season on these niggas. Yeah, and it was open season.
Yeah.
But you gonna pay when the season's over. You have to pay. Alright? This is Isaiah 47:6. I was rough with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. We were given into your hand. You could do whatever you wanted with us. Is that not a historical fact? Down there on the islands in Jamaica, them guys were like guards on them islands, man. Whatever they wanted to do, they did. Whatever punishment they wanted to meter out, no matter how cruel or inhumane the punishment was, yeah, do it. They had servants, yeah, do it. Yeah, hey, get Toby to shit in Matthew's mouth. This is the kind of thing, and they recorded it. They wrote it down. It's recorded in history. The foul, demonic, unmerciful acts which was committed against the so-called Negro on the islands of Jamaica, Montserrat, Antigua, Guadeloupe. Cause them guys over there, Brazil, same thing. When them plantation owners over there in Brazil, man, chopping off. It's recorded, chopping off women's breast. The man said he like a woman's breast, chop her breast off, put it on a plate. That's the definition of giving into your hand. Like you do You do whatever you want. You want to chop off some breasts. You want to pluck out some eyes. You know? Whatever they wanted, they do. Okay? Thou didst shew them no mercy. Yeah, you destroyed Jacob broken in America, man. Jacob broken. The Native American Indians are broken. You broke Israel, man. You broke Israel down to a point where they're completely unrecognizable, man. The Israelite man, Israelite woman are just through. Mentally, actually insane. Insane. Mentally broken down. We just watched a video guy crying in the warrior. Crying in the ring. Jacob got severe mental issues and trauma from living under you devils, man. To the point where Jacob now tattooing thug life on themselves, embracing killing each other like they ain't worth nothing.
Grain is their subconscious now.
It's grain. It's just this destruction, which is all at your hand. We didn't start off like that. You made us even worse than what we were before. Cause we were going off, but now Jacob just totally just oozing blackness, man. You know, black running through the veins, man. Dark, blinded, destroyed. By your hand, by your measure. Okay? It says, thou didst shew them no mercy, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. You didn't show no mercy on even the elderly. It's a fact. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. You thought, okay, I'm doing it, I'm getting away with it, ain't nobody touching me for it, I'm never going to get touched. And that's the mind frame still to this very day. All the things that are happening in America, all the natural disasters and just the general things that happen in America, at no point will you see anyone on CNN or what else is there? MSNBC. You ain't going to get no one on there that says, you know what, man, maybe America is cursed because of the way we treated the so-called Negroes and the Native American Indians. Maybe the enterprise of America is cursed. Maybe, no, you're not going to consider that Alex Jones, maybe America's falling apart. No, it's not just the elites. Okay? It's the Most High, man. Preparing to bring judgment and justice. Because you ain't going to bring justice.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go on, man.
You know, the so-called white man, he likes to be able to blame somebody. You know, like we just speaking about Alex Jones, he won't address the real issues or reasons behind why America's as fucked as it is. They always want to blame somebody else, to put the blame off them, but they all have a part in America, man. And in its, inception. They've all done wickedness, they've all done evil in that land. Okay, and the Most High is going to come and punish everyone for their evil and their wickedness in that land, man. You know, but they don't want to address the things that they've done. They don't want to address their past. They don't want to address none of that.
I got a precept here, Sirach 5:1. Set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart, and say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Okay, you devils really thought, because you had the supremacy on the earth, you were the undisputed heavyweight champion of the planet Earth by way of the sword. You really thought that you could basically do whatever you wanted, not remembering that there's a power on high which is above you, that's going to judge you, not according to your word, but according to his word. Because you might try and pull the Bible out, but then you don't really want to deal with what's in the scriptures, man. You try and feign up the scriptures to what you want it to say. Oh, well, love. No, mom, no.
Forgiveness.
Look, bro, it ain't for you, man. Redemption is for Israel. I don't know where you got that from. All right. Anyway, back in Isaiah 41 and 11, it says, behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. All right. Thou shalt seek them and shall not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Okay, and the Lord is going, you're going to find out in these last days, the Lord is going to help us, man. Okay, fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shalt make the hills as chaff. The Lord's going to raise us up with power. Power to fight against our enemies, man, and conquer them. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. Okay, when the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, the Lord, will hear them. I, the God of Israel, will not forsake them. And the Lord, well, really, the main water we need right now is the understanding of these scriptures, man. And the Lord surely hath not forsaken us, man. Has he not? I will open rivers in high places and fountains in the midst of the valleys. I will make the wilderness a pool of water, and the dry land springs of water. I will plant in the wilderness the cedar, the shittah tree, and the myrtle and the oil tree. I will set in the desert the fir and the pine and the box tree together, that they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of the Lord hath done this, and the Holy One of Israel hath created it. So you're going to have to admit that, listen, man, the so-called Israelite phenomenon is the hand of the Lord. Because us having this understanding of the scriptures, where did it come from? It didn't come from hip hop culture. It didn't come from the black church, because the black church gets all of its understanding from the so-called white man. Christianity is the spiritual father of Christianity is the so-called white man. Okay, where did this understanding that we're the Hebrew Israelite? It came through divine inspiration, man, of particular men within us, man. It's the hand of the Lord, and you're gonna find that out. Okay, when the Israel is raised up from amongst all these nations, man, and put into power, you're gonna have to admit this had to be the hand of the Lord, because Israel was nothing. Yeah. Produce your cause, saith the Lord. Bring forth your strong reasons, saith the King of Jacob. Let them bring forth and shew us what shall happen. Let them shew the former things, like E.J. Love. They gonna come there with false prophets. They gonna come and yeah, this is what's gonna happen. And no, it's not gonna happen, my man. Let them shew the former thing, and that's how the names of Jesus and God are gonna be done away with. Because everyone that's coming in the name of Jesus and God, what they're saying ain't gonna come to pass. What we're saying in the name of Yahweh Shami Al-Shai is gonna come to pass, man. All right. Jesus is the word. I don't know what you talking about. Look at his face. It says, let them bring them forth and shew us what shall happen. Let them shew the former things what they be, that we may consider them and know the latter end of them, or declare us things for to come. Shew the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that ye are gods, yea, do good or do evil, that we may be dismayed and behold it together. Behold, ye are nothing, and your work of naught. You other nations and your idols are of naught. An abomination is he that chooseth you. I have raised up one from the north, and he shall come from the rising of the sun. Shall he call upon my name, and he shall come upon princes as upon mortar, and as potter treadeth clay. Who hath declared from the beginning, that we may know, and before time that we may say he is righteous. Yea, there is none that sheweth. Yea, there is none that declareth. Yea, there is none that heareth your words. The first shall say to Zion, behold, behold them. I will give to Jerusalem one that bringeth good tidings. For I beheld, and there was no man even among them. There was no counselor, that when I asked of them could answer a word. Behold, they are all vanity. Their works are nothing. Their molten images are wind and confusion. So the Lord had to raise up men, raise up prophets, beginning with Yahweh Shai 2,000 years ago. In these last days, the Lord had to raise up men, because among Israel they were through. Israel was wholly given unto idolatry. So the Lord had to raise up prophets, man. Right? And we prophesying, we're bringing out the sweet savor of the Lord in all these different places, man. And the glory is going to go to the Father, man. Everything we're saying pertaining to World War III, the mark of the beast, the time of Jacob's trouble, Edomites going into slavery, your other nations going into slavery, the elect being delivered, the chariots of the Lord, the return of the Lord, all the tenets of our faith that we openly declare out there in the streets, openly, so that everyone knows what we believe. But we don't hide nothing what we believe. When these things come to pass, there's one thing I know. You're going to have to give respect unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Because we make it clear. That's who this is coming from, man. That's the power that's going to execute this judgment. Alright? And you other guys, you're going to look at your imams and you're going to look at these guys that you seek to, and all these things are happening that they didn't tell you about. Because you ain't, everything that we teach, you ain't gonna get that in the mosque. You ain't gonna get that in the Hindu temple. You ain't gonna get that in these Christian churches. You ain't gonna get that from nowhere else but from us. And they ain't gonna be able to come and say, no, we would know you weren't. You were coming against what we were saying. You brought forth your strong reason. Everyone's gonna know. It was on video, Jesus the Word. All these Christians were coming against us, saying what we were saying was incorrect. It didn't matter, blah, blah, blah. So when these things come to pass, they're gonna be looking at them like, y'all are some fucking fools. These guys knew what was up. These bums on the street. Alright, so anyway, man, just wanted to bring that out. You got anything you want to say?
No.
Okay, alright, can we... Hey, shalom, man, to the elected Israel, shalom.
Shalom.